What's up, Emmanuel? Is anyone like where are people having problems with the homework? Just specifics, like where you had a problem with the homework, and then so that when we were doing it and we get to those places, I can like emphasize on them, so you know what you were doing wrong. I'm just saying this because we've actually done this stuff in class. I did it.
I have a question.
Yes.
Um, I realized that when I use the -d-p command,
Uh-huh.
-big P command
Yeah.
to create a container for a random application.
Mm-hmm.
But for my case, I put PHP.
Mm-hmm. You use
Usually,
PHP?
I pulled PHP from the registry.
Okay, it's cool.
So it didn't actually assign a port. But when I use the -idt
Mm-hmm.
command and then I use a -p, I assigned it 8080.
Mm-hmm.
But 80,
Yeah.
it assigned the port. But even after the container was running,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't still accessible from the browser.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
is it like some
PHP
applications
is not PHP is not something that you see on the browser, right?
that was my conclusion, because I realized that some applications are accessible via the web and
Yeah.
some are not.
Yeah, so I mean, I emphasized on that before, like, not everything it's something you can see on your web browser, right? But there's some things that are made to be seen through the browser. There's still some stuff that have ports that are open, but those ports are made to be consumed. Like the stuff is open for something else, like a different service to consume the stuff. It doesn't mean that each time you see a port, you go to a browser, you can see the stuff. Sometimes the stuff is maybe just data that another stuff is to consume that data and use. It's not something that you have to go and see through using your browser. So I mean, but it's good that you were trying and experimenting and just grabbing your own containers and doing stuff with it. That's pretty encouraging. You're gonna go far with this. But yeah. Any other question? Any other question before we start doing the assignment? Well, I take it we all did not do it very well, so we just want me to get on with it. All right.
Wait. You said what?
Well, I mean,
You
come
talking
on.
about the homework?
Yeah.
Okay, so I did the homework and I got a couple questions.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, so one thing.
I'm listening. We're listening.
So I was a little.
It's his network process, not yours.
Okay. Let's just wait for him to get back on. Um, I don't know what's going on there.
Looks like you did not check my homework.
Dude, what you got playing? No, I know you're doing your homework, right? But I mean, I know you did, but I know like there's not anybody who is gonna get everything exactly the way I wanted you to get it. I can guarantee.
That's correct.
If anybody here who did the homework completely, then they should. I mean, you already would be working. You wouldn't need me. That homework is advanced. Like there's only like two things that you need, and you can literally go get a Docker certification. I'm not even lying to you. There's not much. The assignment that I gave you, right? I literally just went through um the exam, the certification guide, and like I'm trying to come up with thought experiments to give you guys scenarios that like kind of circle back to what I was reading. So if you really understand the you know, the work that I'm giving here is good enough for the certification, and anybody who can get that certification can work in a Docker environment. So if you can complete these exercises with the understanding, right, with what I intended for you to understand, you can start working in a Docker environment. All right. The focus
My
was on
bad, boss.
certification. Yeah. All right. So what's up?
I got cut off. Okay, so I could whenever I'm trying to ask, whenever I do a manual, or
Uh-huh.
automatically assign the return.
Okay, we're still not getting you clearly. The network is I don't know. Maybe you could type it up in chat and then we see what you're, or you could just record it in chat in, how you call it, what, WhatsApp, and then we can listen to it that way. It's a pretty, I mean, the homework is pretty lengthy, so this today is gonna be a little lengthy. So guys, I hope you guys are ready to stay a little bit. Where's that homework? Docker homework. So who want to do it? Who want to share their screen and then, you know, we just walk you through it? Anybody want to share their screen?
I can share if you want me to.
Yeah, sure. I don't mind. I don't mind. I mean, but don't you think it'd be better if somebody who has zero screen time share their screen?
Hey, let them volunteer now.
Guys, somebody volunteer. It's not like we're trying to hurt you here. Just, I mean, I just want to see some work, see somebody do something. Why?
Let me call my favorite person, Lady Hills. Is she there?
It is. Yeah, okay, Lady Hills, I think you still were behind with the Docker stuff and the concepts and everything. Maybe you should share your screen, and then by walking you through.
So let that you go out there.
All right, looks like she's not paying attention. You Breen, you Breen, Miss Ubreen, maybe you should share
Yes,
your screen.
Elvis. I'm
Yeah.
using my phone. I'm not in the house.
Oh boy.
I am following up perfectly, so I'm not missing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, like, anyway, this thing, you have to get this thing by force. So, you know,
Yes.
you're the one that made me to include Docker in this whole. All right.
Yeah.
When I was putting together this curriculum, Docker wasn't even part of it. And Kubernetes, it was just this whole thing, guys. This whole thing was just gonna teach DevOps, you know, like how to use Jenkins and like deploy pipelines and create pipelines and all of that stuff. And she took it to the next level, but she's not showing me her homework. I'm gonna embarrass you because you made us do this, so you have to show us that you're doing your homework. All right.
I will.
Okay, got you. So next class, you're definitely going to share screen. All right. Enough talking. Mega Boy, or let me see who else. Eladio, you know this stuff, right? Or you want to share screen, bruh? Eladio, you there? Robinson. Oh, he's not hearing us. Gavi. Magavi?
Yes, sir.
What's up with you?
Yeah, I tried. I did not go. So that's what I want to. I'm not comfortable sharing my screen.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah, I actually follow the steps, but when I go to the browser and I put the like the host, local host, and put the port number, I put, it does not display anything. it keeps saying that it's loading, like not, they say nothing found. So I don't know where I went wrong.
Well, that's great because we don't need any container running to do this whole exercise, right? We're starting from scratch and just
No,
going.
but I did, as you said in the video, like when I go into the command prompt on the Docker, I enter the container like the HTTPD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did it manually by using the small p. It did not go. I used the big P. It did not go. So I don't know if it's that I was not supposed to run on this browser or what. I don't know.
All right, that's great. Share your screen. We're gonna figure it out.
Okay.
All right. Do we have Festus? Let me see if we have Festus. We have Emmanuel, but he's probably at work. Emmanuel with the E. Are you at work or are you? Man, looks like so many people just joined, but not really even in class. They're just joining. Anyway.
I'm at work,
Oh, okay, got you.
but I'm following.
All right, cool. You bring next class your class. Then the one after that is Eladio, and then back to Emmanuel and Hilda. So I'm just going to schedule everybody now. I can't just speak random. I'm just going to schedule everybody. Kubernetes is coming, so yeah. Y'all thought this was hard. Kubernetes is gonna, let me say it in pidgin. Kubernetes go mix your pork, you know. Yeah, so I'm just gonna schedule everybody.
So I don't know if my screen is being shared. Are you seeing it?
I can see it. We can all see it.
Okay, so you see these are my images right here.
Yeah. Okay. So let me pull the homework so that we can all follow from the homework. Can you, as a matter of fact, can you really share the homework too so that everybody could see and read the questions and try to make sense of the questions, all right? I'm from Cameroon, so my English might a little bit be messed up in the way I said those questions. So you guys should just forgive me for not being proper. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it says from the Docker website video part 1 and 2, create a static website using an HTTPD image and an Nginx container.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it should have been image, both of them.
Yeah. For this exercise, you have to manually enter the container and paste the code of your static site in the index HTML file.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
All right.
if we are starting with the
But first things first, make sure you don't have any containers running. How do you make sure, you know, there are no containers running?
Docker ps -a.
Yeah. Okay, so remove all your containers because we're just starting from scratch.
$. Now, don't forget the Q.
Yeah. So I've cleared everything. So let me start with the HTTPD. I'll use okay.
Add HTTP.
So at this point, the port is 3276.8, right?
Yep.
So if I go to the web browser and put it, I'm supposed to see this container up, right?
Yep.
Okay. 32.
This is where I got stuck at too.
Okay, don't worry. I know where y'all having a problem.
And I think it's because we didn't put content into that HTML file, but all of them are different depending on where you get it. I couldn't find like the user share Nugenics type of file.
Mm-hmm.
It was difficult, man.
All right.
Gavi, you forget the color.
Yeah.
3276.8.
You forgot the colon in between local host.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can anyone tell me why it's not working?
Because it's running on a different machine.
There you go. That's the problem. It's on a different machine, right? The host, whatever is hosting this, is a virtual machine. It's your virtual machine, right?
I tried to think that out of the problem because my CentOS 7 does not have a graphic interface.
Okay.
You're gonna use the IP.
Yeah. Okay. So looks like my man, is it human?
Gracious.
Human wants to lead this one. So go ahead.
Nah.
Go ahead. Just go ahead and
No, the only problem is having is that he's trying to use localhost when it's not the machine, so he has to use the IP address of the virtual machine.
There you go. All right. Can you explain it to him, like even properly, so he would understand like the whole concept, not just why he's having the problem?
Huh?
All right, like explain the concept, like why localhost is not working. You know, I know you said it needs the IP address. That's correct, but why won't localhost work in this case? Why didn't localhost specifically work?
Okay, the local host he's trying to access is the local host of his Windows machine.
There you go. There you go. So localhost here is your Windows machine, all right? And the other local host is the virtual machine. So each machine in itself is a local host. But on a network, right? On a network, they all have an address, right? So in your peer group, they
And
have
somebody please mute.
who is not mute. Okay.
Okay.
So before I explain this thing about network, okay, where we say in our peer group, we have a name that they call us in that peer group, right? But at home, they call us at our home. So at home, like this computer that you have that you're using is local host to itself. That's what he knows. That's his name. He called himself local host. All right. Every computer will call themselves local host. But when they get in a network, right, they're addressed by the IP address, okay? Except you have a DNS now that takes that name and turn it into some kind of name. So in this case, you don't have a DNS. So the IP address should be the name that you're known with in a network. So in this case, you have two different machines, right? Your host computer and your virtual machine, which is also a computer, all right? Actually, you have three because you have the Docker machine, which is also running, and that's another computer, right? But you have mapped the port of that Docker machine to your virtual machine, okay? If you had a browser there, you put it in there, it would be localhost in that browser, in that virtual machine. But in this network, the only thing that have a browser is your is it Windows machine that you're using? So it's your Windows machine. Okay, so there it's not going to be the local host. It'll be the IP address of that virtual machine. So let's try to use the IP address of that virtual machine. Turn off your firewall and turn off your SE Linux. It's 127, it's 10.0.0.127, the second one. There you go.
Yeah. So I should copy this address in my browser.
Just memorize 10.0.0.127. You take it to your browser, okay? Because that's this machine's name.
10.0.0.127, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to put localhost, right?
No, you just put that IP address instead. Colon, the port. Colon, the port.
What was
32768. There you go. So now you see, all right?
yeah.
So you have to go back and brush on your network because this was what we were talking about in network. So you see that every computer has its own name inside the network. Remember that exercise that we did when I was trying to put everybody to use the same, be on the same network?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the reason why, because now on that network, every computer has an IP address in that same subnet, right? And in your subnet, I'm pretty sure is the 10.0.0, and then this computer in that network is 127. Then colon that port will show you what's inside Docker on that computer.
Okay.
So go back and brush on network. What's Mega Boy? You too. You had this problem in class, and you texted me later concerning the same problem. So
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
your answer. All right. That should work for everybody else who had the problem.
I sit on it.
All right. Emmanuel, you too. Okay. So now that we know how to do this, we should be able to finish the rest of the homework with no problems. So go ahead. It's the second one was to be in Nginx.
Why he's doing that problem? This is what I was asking you. Are you there?
Listening.
He said he used the run that IDT-P command to do Nginx and it works. So what's the difference between using -IDT and just -D?
Nothing. It's not even going to do anything.
Okay,
You see me most of the time. I just interchange them, right? As long as you put a -D, all that IDT, the IT and stuff is really useless at that point because it's running as a daemon. What's the reason for using an I, right? Which means interactive.
Right.
If
And
it's going to demonize it anyway.
isn't the T just like a terminal so you can access it from the terminal?
Wait, what do you mean? Access it from the terminal.
So IDT, the T part means terminal. So if you
Yeah.
want to use terminal access to that machine.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, right? If you're gonna use it on as a terminal, right, and then you're gonna D it anyway, so that means you're not even using it as a terminal or interactively, right? So those two commands become useless the minute you demonize the whole thing. The minute you say go run in the background. Why would you
Yep.
commands that ask you to actually physically be on the stuff and typing and working on it, and then demonize it at the same
Makes
time, which
sense.
means you shouldn't be using it, right? Means it should just be running without you. So anyway,
This is the second one that works.
okay, so that one worked too.
Yeah.
Good. So now it say this the third part of this exercise was like you have to actually go in there and manually change the stuff in the index.html so that you could see what your changes are on the browser. So I don't know if that was what everybody else was getting, but that's what I was.
Yeah, that's the main part of the assignment.
Okay. So go create your static website, paste your code in there. You know, I was actually thinking that we would do it that same way that I was doing, right? Like go steal somebody else's website and then put it in there.
Yeah, I did it for Yahoo and for another site.
How'd that work out for you?
I mean, it was just that the way it displayed it wasn't really beautiful.
Funny, right? That's why I asked. Yahoo, Bank of America, and some other ones.
I took one of Docker's pages and the links worked and everything.
Oh yeah, okay. Thinking inside the box. Using Docker for Docker. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So at this point I'm a little bit lost. I'll need direction.
Oh boy.
Let's go into htdocs. I think do pwd. Let's see.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
All right, do ls. Okay. In there you see htdocs. Go in there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So you can go learn how to host a website without using Docker and see how hard it really is. Right now, they've already done everything for you. All you have to do is go into htdocs and paste something in there. If you haven't done this, like me, who have actually taken 2 weeks to try and deploy this and it didn't work and then get yelled at, right? If you haven't done
You
that,
have to use ls, not ll.
you wouldn't know how sweet Docker is. That's why you see me, I'm so into this Docker thing.
Yeah. So now I should cut inside the index.html.
Yeah, you could do it any way you want. You could echo, you could cat. There's some other tools that you could use. But so that's where you will post your whatever code that you have, right?
I thought when I cut inside here, it would display the current code up to anything I write there, like.
Yeah. So right now you're literally. So this is a hack. I don't know how so when I did this, I don't know what happened, but I stumbled upon this by accident. All right. It's not something you should be using for everything, because what this has done is it's actually wiped out everything that's inside index.html. It's wiped out every single thing that's in there. All right. But what I noticed is it's giving you like a VI. You can actually use this as a VI terminal.
Gabi, you are not serious.
There you go. Go check it out. So that will work for you.
Did not change anything.
Is this the right one?
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So the problem now is, okay, in our this our own environment, we cannot copy and paste like
Yeah.
how you are doing.
You're not supposed to be able to. Right? You should be able to use secure copy, wget, SFTP to go get whatever you need. All right. Or you should be able to mount. You see, that's why I gave you the option of learning how to mount stuff from your host into the container. You see how that is going to be helpful, because you
Yes,
can't
sir.
copy and paste, right? So
Yeah.
you need to know how to mount. It's going to come in handy.
Yeah. So I have to do the same thing with the Nginx.
Are you feeling bored? If you, I don't know,
Yeah,
anybody
but
wants to do it, or we can just move on to the next one. It's very lengthy. So if you already know how to do it, or
yeah, because this is what the Pachu said, that we should like put something in it, right?
yeah, the second one is actually in Nginx.
Yeah.
Right?
So let me just do it.
Okay.
Gabi, use a source code. Don't go and type in that thing.
I should use what?
A source code.
A source code.
Yes, sir.
You can't paste. You
I
can't.
can't copy and paste. That's the problem.
So go ahead, just exit this out and go do the second one. By the way, Control D will exit.
Okay.
But Prof, I realize if you wget a site, it gives you its source code.
If you did what?
If you wget a site, a website.
Yeah, if you do curl, you could curl the website, right? If you curl, you still get the same HTML and you could pipe that in. But the thing is, stuff like curl does not always work in
That's for another
Docker
class.
containers. Wget, they don't always come by default in containers, right? So you got to learn how to mount or copy from host to container. All right. So what's the what's the
Yeah,
path for this one?
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's in the homework, right? I left the commands at the bottom and say you should be able to look at those commands and like
It's user, local, is it share?
there it is.
Apache 2.
Yeah, USR share and Nginx HT.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for doing it this way, but I'm trying to understand what I'm doing.
Okay. Do what you gotta do, man. So this homework is really gonna confuse people who haven't done it. You know, that's why you gotta do it. So you can have questions. And then when we're doing it like this, your questions are getting answered. So right now, I'm just laughing at anybody who didn't do the homework and is getting more confused. You gotta do your homework.
Don't laugh, profs. They might wait for you after class.
You know, as a matter of fact, this part isn't even important for the Docker stuff. It's not. My thing was to get you to understand how to use those Docker commands when they present a scenario to you. You will just know how to go around and do it, right? Like for example, pull those images, um, create those containers, access the containers, right? And then do whatever you've been asked to do on those containers. This is the whole point of that. It's just the exact same thing we've been talking about from day one till now. Pull images, create containers of those images, and then do some work inside. It might be specific stuff that you're doing in the container. It might be website. It might be whatever it would be, right? It's the exact same thing. We're not changing anything.
Is that how you go about making Docker files, or do you use a different process?
I use a different process, which is our last class of Docker, which is on Saturday.
Okay.
Docker file, right? I'll show you how you can create something like this HTTPD website all from scratch, like writing the Docker file, and then after that, it's gonna build the Docker file, right? So everything is just gonna be in the file. You're just typing it and going, but you gotta learn the steps. Like step 1, you have to do this. Step 2, this. Step 3, this. Step 4, and you put all of that in the file and do Docker build. It build the image. All right.
Yeah, so Puff, I think we are done with the part 1, the part 3.
So no, you got to tell us what you did about the port mapping. Tell us like what's your findings and everything.
Yeah, Puff, as I did that first part, did not work, I got discouraged.
Okay. Does anybody know? Did anybody do the research about port mapping?
Yeah, I did some research on it.
All right. Cool. You mind like sharing?
So basically, I looked up port mapping as far as like SSH tunneling, and it talked about how everybody has a certain amount of ports on their local machine, but it starts at port 1024. So anything you make up over that is a custom port that you can design for yourself.
Okay.
And then you tunnel in through the port that you open up on your secondary machine. And I guess depending on the application that you have, some of those have default ports.
Yeah.
And this is where I kind of got lost. I downloaded 2 HTTPDs and I both put them on port 80 and I couldn't get into it, but it's probably because of that other thing. So I was thinking maybe there was something deeper to the default. But port mapping allows you to pass through, and you can also use it as, I think it's like a jump box.
That's exactly what it is, right? No, it's not a jump box, but
you can use it as one.
You remember, I remember one time when you were asking me about SSH and I told you about a command SSH dash, is it X or something, something? But this is exactly what Docker is doing. You know, it's just a wrapper around that stuff. So this is a wrapper around SSH. This Docker port mapping and stuff is just a wrapper around SSH. It's just SSHing into a container, or the container, and then showing you what's in there. That's all Docker is doing. It's just a wrapper around SSH. All right. So if you guys read your port mapping and ports and stuff like that, you know, you get that, right? So I did a little crash course on Saturday. I think I'll make another video for the port, because that stuff is really important for this session and the next session and the session after that for this class. Okay. Kubernetes, OpenShift, Docker, they all, you need to know your port mapping. All right. So read on it. I'm going to do a separate video on that stuff again, you know, so at least you have 2, and then you have the internet to go, and then I'll write up something. But I actually wanted you to go and do a little bit of research. All right. So let's go to the third one. Something we've not used in class before. Okay. And if you look down here, I actually left one there for you. Just use Ghost, right? You could just literally copy the stuff that I have down here and you have that homework done.
Yeah, so I got confused there too, man, looking up this Alpine thing.
Oh, Alpine? Yeah, I mean, those are operating systems. You can't, I mean.
I know, I use Alpine too.
Me too.
You guys are pulling Alpine. What port? I mean.
Yeah, there was no port assigned to Alpine.
Right.
Whether you use the big P or the small P, there's nothing.
So the thing is, you go to the registry and you would see what says operating systems. You don't go and use operating systems because you know those are just empty machines.
No, you should pull anything from there.
Dude, it says research, all right? I expect you guys to be thinking about what you're doing at this point. It's research. Okay? Is your boss going to tell you everything? Nope. No, he's not going to tell you anything at all. He just expect you to go and do it, right? So research, you know, we started the class and I was actually giving you the whole thing. It's already done. Just type the commands as you see. Now we're getting in the point where I'm saying, okay, think a little bit. And then we're going to get in the point where I'm not even going to tell you jack. You're going to go get the stuff done and then come back and I show you, right? That's the boot camp. I told you I was going to drill you. If you watched my commercial before coming to this class, you know exactly what I was saying. I was going to drill you. It's just been so easy anyway. But anyway, let's keep going. So let's just use Ghost, right? Let's use the one that I put down there for you. Ghost.
So should I continue sharing my screen, or I thought you hand it over to Emmanuel?
Yeah, Emmanuel, go ahead. Share your screen now. Good to switch around.
Wait, not me, right?
You.
Oh shit. Okay. Now the problem is I tried to exit out of one and it froze that machine, but I can show you the commands I ran.
Sure. Is that going to be enough? I think some people actually want to watch. So yeah, Gavi, if you can continue while Emmanuel figure out whatever it is.
I'm here.
All right, go ahead.
So these are the Docker images. Well, let me just run it again.
You just remove what you got and then run the stuff from scratch. I mean, right now you shouldn't be afraid of deleting your images, right? So you shouldn't be afraid. Now you're a Docker, in a sense, expert. You should be at least 70%. Anybody who can do these exercises, you should be at least 70% Docker. All you need to know now is just creating Docker files and be comfortable with that, and then creating, using Docker Compose, and then you're good. Like you're a Docker expert. I'll put it that way.
I don't know the command anymore for the images. I know it's RMI.
-F. So if PS-A is for images, then no, don't remove your images. Remove your containers. I don't want no containers running.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Prof, what's the single command to clear all the images? Because I do Docker RMI.
Then you write.
Then I
You do
have
not
to
put the
list,
minus F, Emmanuel.
I have to list all the images.
My bad.
Yeah, so you write that little bash script there, right? The
Thanks,
dollar
bro.
Docker images, right? So you list the images, and then the Docker remove command will remove all of them. All the images that it listed.
I think that these are the images I downloaded. I had some more, but I erased them.
All right, that's cool. So
I was just downloading a bunch of HTTP stuff and it wasn't working.
I see. So what are we doing now? We're supposed to pull some image that we haven't used before, right? So let's pull Ghost. Or matter of fact, let's just run Ghost without even having to pull it. Let's just do the one command that pulls the stuff and then run it, then assign some ports manually to it, right? So I think, and then call it whatever, call it something. So it'll be Docker run.
And then I do the IDT, right?
If you want to put the INT, that's fine. I just put the D, and then you assign your port. No, but Ghost gotta have its own port. You know that, right? So in this case, so just run Ghost. Run it so we can inspect and see what port is defaultly assigned, and then from there we're going to delete it and then grab that port number and then assign something to map to it.
Like that?
Yep. Like that. Do the Ghost Alpine, the Alpine Ghost. That's the tag I was using. No, Ghost then colon Alpine. No. The image. Right. No, colon.
Semicolon, right?
No, colon, not semicolon.
So in this case, are you creating a container with using two images or what?
No, it's just a tag. Remember last class I was telling you that all of this stuff, like for example, CentOS 7, that means the tag was version 7.
Yeah. I understand what you mean now.
So Ghost Alpine is just
a version of Ghost.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. So Alpine is a version of Ghost.
It's just a version. It's just a version that says this particular one was using Alpine. Probably just by the name, you could tell that this Ghost was created on the Alpine image, right? So when you go to the registry, actually, like, look, read the stuff on the registry. Make more sense to you.
Prof, I just have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think the first I'm a little bit confused here because he did not pull the image like Docker pull goes Alpine before he runs it. So if you this another way, if you just run it like that, it pulls and automatically
Yeah,
runs it. That it?
Read it. You see, read
yeah.
what it says, right? It says
Unable to find it, it
unable.
always pulls it.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
says it's
unable to find image.
right locally.
Yeah,
So that means you don't have it. Then the second says
pulling from.
Alpine pulling from library / ghost. So what is library / ghost in this case?
From the library itself. It's a repository.
The
Yeah,
Pulling
registry.
from the
the
registry.
registry, right? Is the registry where that stuff is in, right?
It only pulls the latest edition when you do this, right?
No, it didn't pull the latest edition. It pulled the Alpine
It's
edition.
specified Alpine.
Yeah. So if you wanted latest, you could put colon latest, right? If it's not latest, you put colon whatever you want.
Okay, so this is not a latest edition of Alpine.
Yeah, it's a tag.
Got it. And it says create a container from that about manual assign the ports. Okay, so we want to check the ports on this one.
Yeah, check it. So I guess we're not gonna manually assign anything.
Nah, remember you told me to check to see what port it automatically assigned to that.
Yeah, but you put the dash, the uppercase P, so it's gonna assign 2 ports, right? It's already gonna take care of everything. So
Oh, my
let's
bad.
just pass it. So do a Docker ps actually. Let's see. Guys, watch the videos. This whole thing is on those videos, right? So they're doing exactly what they saw on the video. So this shouldn't be confusing if you watch those videos. As a matter of fact, if you have and you have done the exercises, this will actually open your mind. You will know what you're doing at this point, right? Docker is where the money is. So this is one of the stuff that you should be taking very seriously.
Local host. Okay, so we have the port. It is 2368.
All right then. Do you want to go check or you want to just do the next one? Go check. Let's go check.
Yeah, it's there. Let me share the screen. Let me share. Boom.
There it is. That's Ghost.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So let's move on. This is like WordPress in just one container. Usually you have 2, one for the database, one for the website itself. But this one is like something that has the database and the website on the same, on the same container. That's Ghost. I don't know why they call it Ghost. But yeah, the next one. Yeah, let's just move on to the next one. So remove your website content from your host machine. No. We got to mount.
By mounting the website content.
Yeah, so this is where you download some template and then you mount it.
But this is Nugenix, right?
It doesn't matter, anyone.
And that is what I want to see.
Yeah, I couldn't find those files to come in and edit here in like different ones other than Nugenix.
So
Because
no, you have to create a new container and first. Okay, so where's your stuff? Where's the stuff that you're trying to mount?
I copied a web page. Here. Copy. Okay. I have the content. Should I put it in a file on my local? I can just do it through here, right?
All right, so where's the content?
I just copied it, so I need to paste it.
No. That's not.
This is not the case.
That's not the case of this, right? This.
Prof, my question is,
Yeah.
when you extract your folder,
Mhm.
when you extract it, you're using your Mac, do you have just one folder or you have more than one folder?
When you extracted, the original copy is still zipped, right? So you
Yes.
yeah.
When you extract the zip, what do you get? Do you get one folder or more than one?
In some cases,
Because I think
get the stuff. All right. So you guys want me to share my screen?
Yeah.
I want somebody who has Windows to do it with.
Okay. Well, the thing is, it's gonna take too much time, and I'm looking at the time right now.
Yeah, Soma, I had a question. So the question was like, when I extracted the distance, do I have to host there's a file there like index.html? Do you have to host only that file or have to copy the whole folder?
All right. Let me share my screen so you guys will see. Because the questions that you're asking, right? It just
The
shows
truth is,
that you might not be very clear about what happened there.
it is an issue with Windows users. That's what I'm thinking.
Nope, it's not an issue with
Because
Windows.
when you extract it, right, with my case, when I extract that stuff, you have two folders, and one folder contains the index and other files. Now the goal is for you to take the initial folder
Let me
and
share my
mount it. Go
Let me-
ahead.
It's like if you understood the stuff, right? You would see that you can just copy all that stuff and put it in one folder, right? That's if you're it's just a matter of thinking. So it's not a matter of whether you're on a window or something, but if you have files scattered around, right? All you have to do is just gather the file, put it in one folder, and the problem solved, right? So that's all you had to do, right? So if you're saying that when you extracted it, it was not in one folder, the files were just scattered around, all you had to do was just pick those files, put them in one folder and call it whatever you want to call it, right? So let me
No,
share,
mine was different.
let me share it.
Me too.
Let me
That's why
share.
I need somebody who has a Windows to do it.
No, it's no Windows problem.
A Windows problem, man. Let me show you what happened, right? Like I said, it's not a Windows problem, it's a thinking problem. All right. You just need to think your way around situations like that.
So my problem was that it had like the file because there's a file that was like h.html. When I ran that file, it showed me like the template I downloaded. Then I had other things like assets and had some other stuff. So I was asking if I should take just the html.html file itself to my Docker, to my container, or I should take the whole folder with the other stuff that it came with.
Yeah, you will understand. So let me ask you something, right? This is still a thinking problem. When a website that you see, right, it has many different pages, links that you click to, right? If index.html was the only thing that you were hosting, do you think that you will be able to link to another page when all the page you have is index?
Nah.
Right, exactly, right? So it's just thinking, if you're thinking about it like, well, websites, if that the people who gave me that stuff gave me like an entire template, it should contain many different pages and even folders and stuff like that, because sometimes website contains like even up to say hundreds and hundreds of different pages and links, and they're all being hosted in one folder, right? So we're not even doing websites. We're not even we're doing Docker, but I'm just like, even doing Docker, I want us to be able to think our way out of situations. Like just look at stuff that's going on and just know what's going on.
For clarification purpose, is it okay if I share my screen?
Let me just
So
share.
so you can guide me through my screen.
We don't have, there's not much time. You know, we've already gone, but you understand the stuff. So that's why I'm not letting you share screen, because you understand.
The problem is mine
Watch
is
it.
not working. You know,
Just,
in the second video you did, you
just
had the
watch.
same problem I had, but some of your own worked and some did not work.
No, I didn't have that problem. You had your problem.
Watch that second video again and see.
I didn't have that problem, okay? My folder was hosted. My folder was mounted, okay? So let me show you guys what you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like it's the wrong screen that I'm hosting. All right, you still see my screen, right? Let me open this show. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Like opening these folders, this
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
all right. So look at this here. It says Slick, right? Let me actually go to, is this in desktop? So let me go to the desktop, the graphical desktop, and see that Slick. I have so much junk on my desktop. Can't even find stuff when I need it. So where's Slick? He said it was on this desktop.
It's right there.
Where?
yeah, meet up.
Between recruiting and above meetup.
Oh, there it is. So look here. When I click on it, right, what happened? It gave me this folder. What you're saying is that yours was like this.
No.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. When you extracted yours, this is what happened, right? The files came scattered around on your desktop like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that what you're saying happened?
No.
Nope.
No. When you extract Slick, you have two folders. One has to do with documentation, and then one has to do with the web. When you open the web folder, then you have all these files you have in your own single folder.
So you didn't have even these ones here.
No, you don't.
Like this. So which ones? Okay, look here and tell me which ones you had.
No, you see all the fonts, image, and stuff. All these belong to one folder, and you have another folder which says this folder is called, like, say, web. This is what the name of this folder is, and then there's another folder called documentation. When you extract,
which template did you guys grab? What was the name of it?
I have here Smart OPL.
Okay, then Gracious, which one did you extract?
Simash dash light. But my problem was I wanted to know if I had to take like all that cascading style sheet, like the CSS and all those stuffs, and take it with it to the site, or I just had to host only the index. But you have clarified that, so I got it.
Yeah, you just have to host what came with it.
The whole folder.
So even you, Brian, put the exact same thing that you see there. So even if you have to mount two things, then that means you have to use -v twice, right? You have to put two different folders, or put stuff in two different, bring them in the same folder, and then post that folder.
What I did was I mounted the one that had to do with the web, because when I opened the index.html, I realized that it had the main index for that site, and then the other attached stuff like you showed me here were also in that web folder. When I mounted it, that command went successful without any errors. But when I went to confirm it, it still gives me but Nginx, which means it literally did not replace anything from the index.html in my container. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
All right, looks like you really want to share that stuff tonight. Let's share it. Let me stop sharing. For curiosity. Share it.
Let me see if I can share this screen. How do I do it?
Man, the time.
Okay. I don't know. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll use this one, Tivo.
Take it to your desktop, so that we can really see it and extract it from there.
Okay, let me share.
Anyway, far from home.
I'm telling you.
Just drag it and place it in this desktop, and then close it.
Do you see this right here?
See what?
Oh God, that means I'm looking at a different screen.
I see you on downloads. You're trying to.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. Where's my desktop? Come on. Okay, so this is the file, right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't extracted it yet.
Yeah, just put it in your desktop and extract it from your desktop.
This is the desktop. The thing is, I'm trying to see how. Yeah, this is on my desktop. So what I'm trying to do
You go
is
to your graphical desktop. I want everybody to see it and not confused with seeing all this other stuff. Like the way I was doing it,
share
extracted it on my desktop.
computer. Can you see everything now? Like, do you see my
Yeah,
desktop?
your desktop.
Okay.
So close this one, so people know that.
Okay, so this is it right here.
Right. Pull it to the middle.
I'm just trying to show you before I extract it. This is what you find inside.
Yeah.
So in order for me to extract it, I'll need to create a folder. So those two folders could be inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll do new folder.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, folder. And then I'll extract files. Ah, shut up. Desktop. Where's a new folder? New folder.
Okay.
Okay. So I have it here. This is what I will say. You have under web. This is what you normally see when you extract yours.
Okay.
But
so what's the problem? What happened when you did
you
that?
have. So what? When I had to go, I actually mounted it. Mounted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me just come here.
So you already made a mistake, right?
Where? Go ahead.
By creating that new folder. You already made
No,
it.
I mean, in this case, I did not create. What I did for the original case was that when I extracted this, as it is like this, I mounted just the web.
Okay, mount that just that web. Now let's see what's gonna happen.
Okay. I think I cleared everything. I don't have anything on it, so it's gonna be lengthy right now. Yeah, can I use Ghost?
Sure. Do you know how to host on Ghost?
For where?
Okay, use the Nginx, which or HTTPD, which is just htdocs, so we can just mount it there.
Let me use. Oh, you say Nginx.
htdocs is HTTPD. Okay.
Come on.
Okay, so you didn't mount, you just run a container.
I'm about mounting now. I just created the container for just showcase. So, oh, I see what you see. My bad. I'll do it if you don't worry. And that should be. I'll use 8081 in this case. The what one? -v. So this will be.
So you want to do this? I don't think you should. I think this is the problem. Did you watch the video? You watched from the video, right? Exactly. If you watch from that video, you remember that one of my web pages was not displaying.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know, for some reason this terminal, this git bash is not, for some reason it's not understanding this $pwd when you're doing the mount. So
okay, so you want me to use the full path?
Just use the full path.
That was in desktop.
Try to use the tab command to autocomplete so that you know you're actually there. Use tab. Use tab. I want to see if this is actually there.
No, tab is not working. Let me see.
That means it's not. Double tap again. If it's not working, then that means that path is not existing.
You sure about it?
Do if you're doing tab and it's not working, then I'm not sure.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. CD.
Use that folder. New folder.
New folder. Can you see the new folder?
Right here.
Where is?
Do you see it?
No.
Right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it. All right.
So if I cd to web and then I do pwd, that's the part I was trying to put.
Okay. You, for some reason, I feel like this is not gonna work. Why is this not gonna work? Can anybody tell me why this is not gonna work?
I think it may be in this case where you have this new folder, the space between the new and the folder. I mean, this is the case, but if you want me to rename my new folder, I can do it right now.
Rename that new folder. We can't have, you see, that's why I said by creating that new folder, you already put yourself in a problem. Make sure that new folder is not used colon.
I'll give it Brian.
Right.
That's crazy.
This stuff is getting too long. That's why I didn't even want you to share your stuff, because I knew where this was gonna go.
I just want to make sure I didn't do anything wrong.
You did. you created.
All right, so we agree here now that if I do,
as long as there's no space in that new, you
okay,
see. I
just did it, right?
Wait, so go there. Let's see if Brian.
I have Brian now.
Okay.
I did Brian and then I put everything inside Brian.
Yeah, go there. Let's see the structure and how that looks on the command line.
Oh, okay. So
you see these ones with quotes? Those looks like special kind of files or folders. You see how web looks? Web doesn't have that special quotes next to them. You seed it into Brian. When you ls, let me see. Okay, Brian doesn't look like he has quotes on him. That's good.
Okay, so this is where we are, right?
All right, copy that stuff and mount it. Copy it as you see it there.
Okay, so we have here Docker run.
I think you already used 8080.
Okay. Somebody help me. It's HTTPD, right? Somebody will be. What's that path?
Gavi, can you read it from that homework thing? Let's see, please.
USR local.
USR/local.
Yeah.
slash
Apache
2
2/HTML
HTML.
htdocs.
Yep, HTML.
HTTP doc. I think there's no S there.
No, there is.
Okay.
There's htdocs. And then anything else? Let me cross check that too, because I don't want this thing failing and we haven't completed the homework. That htdoc stuff. Htdocs. I think that's it, but I'm not seeing it here. USR no. HTML. Anyway, just proceed.
Is it the htdocs part?
Yeah, we're looking for the path for htdocs, the full path. Is that it? Does it have HTML to it too, or just
No, HTML. It's the.
it's in Nginx? Okay.
Yeah, it has to be inside HTML because that's literally what we replaced, I believe.
No, but
No, you need to include HTTP right there.
No. Okay.
He's about to run that, right?
Oh, hold on. Don't run it. I gotta find out.
If he runs this now, it's not going to work.
I want to find out that path. I don't want anything USR sharing is Nginx one. Yeah, this thing sometimes is just.
Let me just pull it from my phone.
Gavi. Is Gavi here? Oh, he dropped.
Right here, sir.
Yeah, I mean, you have a container that has the full path in it, right? Why don't you just help us out? Like, go into one of those containers, tell us the full path so we can use it here. I don't want this thing not to work. And then Brian says,
Oh, here. Gavi, just confirm this link for us.
I have a
No,
yeah. Excuse me.
I have to add the HTTP at the end.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
worry.
You're gonna.
I will have to add it. We are just about confirming the link first.
Yeah, it's correct. The link is correct. Everything is correct. But before you run it, I want to ask this question. Web. Yeah, I believe everything that came in that folder when you extract it, it has to be there. If you remove and isolate just web, I don't think it's going to work.
Now in this case, we'll put everything. We'll put everything we extracted.
If you go back to your folder, I see web is a folder on its own, and there's another folder in there that you didn't put it.
The documentation.
No,
documentation. Yeah.
That's not a problem.
No, in this case, right? When we extracted, we had these two. And we are putting the whole of this folder, which has everything inside.
Okay.
This documentation thing, anyway.
That's my worry.
Web is the one that has stuff that we need.
That's what I did.
Click on web. Double click. Does it have index in there?
Yeah,
right here.
I see index. Okay, index is right there. Yeah.
That's the one.
Okay, then we good. Okay.
That's the one. So,
should I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead. If that path is correct, then this thing should work.
I mean, it will work.
I don't know why we're wasting Docker's time doing some web hosting. This is not. Okay, well, you see, it worked. It shared, and your Windows warned you about it.
No, my window always needs permission.
Okay, so go check and see if it's working on port 8082 localhost.
Okay. It's exactly what I was trying to explain to you.
No.
That's my worry right there.
All right. Go back in that path. Go back in there. Like exec into it, you know, sometimes you just fix the problem in there.
What was the name of my stuff again?
Facebook.
All right.
Okay.
So we want to see if this thing actually mounted, right?
Don't look at what I just did. That's this platform I'm using.
All right.
So
CHT docs. LS. See, it's not mounted. So how can you expect to find it?
Well, in my case that I mounted just web, and when I ls here, I can see index.html and web.
But we're not seeing anything. That means your stuff is not mount.
That's because I didn't literally do what I did the last time. I was following your guide.
Your stuff did not mount. But you're telling us that it's seeing index, right? But that's what I say. Sometimes we need to think about, if it's not mounted, of course, you're just gonna see the index stuff, right? It worked. That's what's inside index, right? The reason you were seeing just that is because it didn't mount. That's the problem. The problem was because it didn't mount. It's not because or whatever. So if that didn't mount, the problem now should be figuring out why this web did not mount, right? And I literally saw a warning. Did you what?
Now that always pops up with this machine. It's just personal.
Okay, so what did it say? Try it.
No,
again.
it's asking if, like, if I just go ahead and make a few changes.
Yeah, make a new change. Facebook 2, okay. 3. Yeah, let's see what that says.
Remember here, in this case, if you look here, right here, we mounted just web. You want me to do just Brian?
No.
Web
Please,
is fine.
Tap it. Let's see that error message. I want to see that error message.
Oh, okay, that pop up. It didn't show again because I
that error message. This is the stuff. Don't be closing up error messages, man.
No, it asks if you'd like to share your screen.
To share
because I'm using this GIT. If I want to share from the host to the container, that's all it's asking me. That's literally what the pop-up said. It's not the first time I'm experiencing it. Whenever I create a container and try to mount, even when I do the CP command, it does the same thing.
All right. So mount it from let me see go back. Let's see that that container. Go back. Let's see the stuff that you downloaded. Just minimize this thing. Let's see the stuff that you downloaded. Okay.
This one.
Yeah. Extract. Just double click on it. Let it extract here. Don't create no new stuff. So when you double click, it
let me just. Yeah, it doesn't. My main option is
here. Extract here.
All
right. So for my stuff,
these are the 2 folders. Yeah.
Okay. So in this case, you're mounting desktop, and that's gonna be funny. All right. So desktop contains these 2 things in here, and see if that's gonna mount. If that don't mount, that's a Windows.
So you want me to mount? You want me to mount desktop?
Just mount Brian. Mount Brian. Let's see. Just Brian. Just Brian. Not yeah, just that. Put the slash on it. Let's even, if you like, put the slash on it.
Okay, we're good to go, right?
Right. Mount that. Let's see. Okay.
That's a 8087.
All right. Exec into it. Let's see if it mounted. I'm not interested in seeing the site. I want to see if it mounts. That's what we're interested in. All right. All right. So this is a Windows thing.
That's what I was trying to tell you.
All right. So this is a Windows thing and stuff. you should look and see if there is some kind of command to mount as an administrator or something like that. It's just one of those things where you need some kind of permission, you know.
One of the last thing I was thinking of doing is running my CentOS and trying to do it from CentOS and see if it works.
Yeah, you could do that, you know. But
Excuse
this
me,
is a
please.
Windows thing. This is not related to whether the command for mounting is wrong or whatever. The command works fine. It's just this is just Windows madness. So there was a second command that I gave, which is just copying this stuff onto the the server.
Yeah.
Try copying that. Try using that one. Let's see if that's gonna work. I didn't give the command, but I wanted you guys to research and see if there's a copy command.
Where is that path again?
Just use the same thing.
I just want to copy the path.
You could just do an up arrow, right?
I don't think it works here.
Your up arrow key does not work.
Yeah, this is GIT. You gave it to me. You know. It works, but it has to do with history.
So you're saying you don't have history?
This. Okay, I'm copying everything in web, right?
Uh-huh.
And what's the name of my container? It's let's use the last one, right? It passed me power.
All right, paste that stuff there.
And the path is
yeah, that's fine.
we good?
Mm-hmm.
No. I see an issue here.
That's not an issue.
Double slash.
It's not an issue. It's still slash, even if you put 10,000 of them. Anyway, just remove it.
Let me clear it. Can I hit enter now?
Yeah.
Docker command not found.
All right. So you were supposed what I was asking you to do was to, you see, that's why I say use up arrow key to just go create a new container, right? And instead of using -v, you use copy.
Oh, I am sorry. It's the thing is I'm inside my container already. That's why. And the yeah.
Man.
That's why it did not work. The SC command did not work.
Man.
But you know what? I'll just bring that.
Look at the time. That's why I didn't want you to share screen, because I knew this was gonna happen.
Go away.
All right, somebody should continue. Let me stop sharing.
No. Just finish what you're doing. It has to work. I knew this was. Anyway, just do what you're trying to do. Run that command again. Copy and paste it. Well, at least we have two commands, right? If the -v is not working for Windows, try to figure out Windows, man. So did you use your how do you call it, PowerShell for this?
No, I used what you gave me, what you recommended actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I never wanted you to.
Next time when you want to open this, open as administrator.
Okay, got it.
Open it as administrator, and then these things should not be a problem.
Okay. I think we're here.
All right. So it's all right then.
It works.
I think that works now.
I think there should be history for this one, right?
So you do have history?
I do.
Wait, just ls, okay, cdac docs, and then let's see if it's on there. ls.
There you go. Right
Now
there.
you have web in there. You know, at least there was a second backup command. It's a good thing it's also there on the homework, right? Good. So even when we have to fail, we still didn't fail.
Now will it work?
You can go check. Go check
Yeah,
and see. It won't. It
won't. It won't work.
/web. /web 8082 /web. /web.
Like that.
Not found. Go back into the stuff. Remove everything. Like move everything that's
No,
inside.
this is 8087.
Oh, it's 8087.
There you go. It works. Wow, you got it. You're the man.
All right, there you go. Your stuff good.
Yeah, it works now. Problem solved. Thank you.
What just happened?
I didn't do that. You did it yourself. But like I said, you should not be just rushing to go to the web to go look at if the stuff is there when the
No. In my case, in my assignment, if you look at my assignment, I had the web in it.
Okay.
But I didn't do the /web in this case like I did here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But for the rest of the guys or even you, just make sure you don't try to look on the web when the file is not even mounted.
Got you.
All right, man. Cool.
Thank you.
So we've already done the last part of the homework, right? Which was the copy. So I think we're done, right? That part didn't work, so we decided to use copy, and right, it worked. So we're good. As a matter of fact, it didn't work this exact way I wanted it to work because now your Windows machine went and screwed everything up, right? Because I wanted us to mount the stuff and then remove the mount and see how the web page disappeared. Like remove the mount from our host computer and see how the web page disappeared, right? So we could have 10 containers running on the same mount point. And then you remove that one mount point and all the 10 websites lost their content immediately. But if you're using the copy command, you just copy that folder into the website. So even if you remove the content from your host, the copy is not going to go anywhere. That's actually what I was trying to get out of this exercise. But
yeah, that worked. The cp command worked for me, copying it and removing the host. Removing the content, it worked just like you said. But the problem was that mounting.
Right. So there are two different ways you can use you can get content into your container. Is remember in class, guys, what I said was it takes long for you to have to download it from the web or for you to have to secure copy it from someplace else or from some other machine. The best way to do it is to have that in your own machine and then copy that into the container, because the container is on the host. It's not going to take any time. It's just mounting, right? So, well, if you've done the exercises, good for you. You understand way more than I did when I got my first job in Docker. Okay, you know way. Anyway, do these exercises if you haven't done them, okay? And that being said, it's 8 something and the time changed, so time is flying according to me. I have to get out now and go get some sleep, guys.
But one question.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to run away from Brian, but he just...
One question, just one. This one is not any technical thing, it's just an explanation. You saw how we copied that web folder. My question is what command? Okay, I forgot to give me the answer. It's my Windows, don't worry. Because I was trying to copy just the content and not the web folder itself.
Yeah, if you're just trying to copy the content, it was the star, right?
Yeah, but I remember you told me that one. I told you it didn't work with my stuff, so it's my issue.
All right. Guys, let me see. You stop sharing? You stopped sharing already? Okay.